Hi everyone. So let me get over here. I hope this stays balanced. I have it like a little contraption. I have my little um Snoopy thing to be comfortable. Hope the camera stays up as it's going down. If I have problems, I will let you know. Um yeah, I don't know. It might stay, it might not. Just with my blankie. And I hope everybody's having a good night. I know there's a lot of lives going on right now, so yeah, I just wanted to say hi. Hi Andrew, how are you? Classy lady, hi sweetheart. Thank you for coming in. Hi new friend. I'm in my PJ, my cupcake PJs, which are really cute and comfy, and my my little Snoopy throw, which is awesome. I'm kind of hoping that my phone stays there. Hi, Miguel Perez. How are you? It's a set. It's a short and a top set. It's really comfy and stuff. My phone is kind of falling down, which is a problem. Oh, there it goes. It's going down, 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 down. I may have to hold it with my hand, which is not what I want to do. Give me 1 second while I fix this, okay, guys? I'm having problems with my phone. I'm trying to. I'm so sorry about this. I thought I fixed this before I started. I did, and then it started to move. So let me see if I could get this any better. If I don't, then I can't use my computer. Well, I'm under like 1,000 subscribers, so I can't really go on my computer. So, I'm so sorry about this. This is like embarrassing. Anyway, if it doesn't stay, give me 1 second. I'll be right back, guys, okay? I have to figure something else out too. Hoist up my phone that's falling. Just doesn't want to stay in place. Super annoying. Okay, let's see if I can. Oh, there it goes again. See if I could get something to. This is a real pain in the butt. Real pain. I'm going to try one more thing. And if it doesn't work, unfortunately, I might have to cut the live short because I don't want to leave you guys hanging like this. This is bad. I still can't get it up. What in tarnations is going on? Give me 1 second. Let me use this little pillow and see if this helps. I'm hoping so. I hope that's not too loud for you guys. I can't see chat right now because I'm trying to work on the configuration of this thing so that it stays put. I've been having a hard time trying to set this up. All right, let's see. Third time's the charm. Hopefully that works. Hi, Winky. Hope you've had a great Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hi, Black Rose. Hi, sweetheart. Yes, a Happy New Year. Oh, you mean a Merry Christmas? Oh, a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. Yeah, I hope so too. For you too. I'm hoping that this stays. Hi, can you guys see me? Okay. This is really annoying. Winky, you're too cute. Aw, thank you, Black Rose. Yeah, my phone keeps falling. I got this little contraption thing, and for some reason it's falling. I thought I had the perfect setup. I tried it before I went live, and then boom, just as I went live, about 30 seconds into it, it just started to like crash. Where's the little thing here? There is a little button. I change the lighting. Oh, and then this one. Put it a little bit softer. Let me see if I can move it over here without it falling, so you guys can see me. Feels like it wants to fall. No, it's so annoying. Anyway, what are you guys up to tonight? Let me get comfy in my PJs. Be right back. Okay, Andrew. That's okay, honey. So, I wanted to talk about vintage stuff. I was talking to my mom today about all the stores that I remember as a kid. And one of them happens to be a store called Woolworths, which used to be like a five and dime store back in the day. And it was one of my favorite stores. Now at Woolworths, they used to have a restaurant inside. Not all of them, some of them. And they had like hamburgers and fries. They had the best shakes. Hi, Nipple. How are you? Mwah. Hi, sweetheart. Welcome. I'm just shooting the breeze here, trying to have my camera set up the right way, but it might fall. If it falls, then I'm gonna have to cut this live short because it's being like super annoying right now. But I hope you have a Merry Christmas and everyone here. I have my little blankie here, my little Charlie Brown. I'm into Charlie Brown, so I love it, and it's got all of the holidays here, like the Christmas and the Halloween. The Halloween, of course, ice skating. Let's see what else. It's got Snoopy with the tree. It's got a lot more. It's really cute. I love it. So yeah, I was just talking about vintage stores and vintage things. So Woolworths was a store that I used to love. Hi, Spaces. Look up Dead Malls. Very cool stuff. Okay, will do, definitely. Is it on YouTube, Spaces? Um, so I remember Woolworths. I remember C.H. Martin and Alexander's and Caldor's and stuff. And those are really cool places that I used to shop with my parents as a kid for Christmas. So me and my mom had a long conversation in regards to that about all the cool places. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I will definitely look that up. Dead malls. I have to remember that. Hold on one sec. Let me get. I have a notepad here, and let me see if I have a pen. Oh yes, I do. I'm prepared. Winky. I have a friend named Charlie Brown. You do? Look up Bright Sun Films and Ace's Adventures. Okay, wait. Let me write that down. So, Bright Sun Films and Ace's Adventures, and also Dead Malls, you said, right? Okay, got it right here. Yay! Please, everyone, take 5 seconds to hit the like button. Aw, thank you, Nabul. Aw, I love you. So, yeah, so who remembers? Does anybody have like a favorite store they used to shop with their parents that's no longer around? Like, I remember Alexander's. I believe there's still one in the Bronx on Fordham Road. It'll bring back memories for sure. Do you know what, Spaces? The other day during Christmas, I was actually listening to I don't know if you remember going into department stores and they used to play their own Christmas music. Like, if you go to YouTube, you can actually look up for Kmart Christmas music, and it has the Kmart theme song for Christmas along with other stuff, which was pretty cool. So yeah, I like all that vintage stuff. Like, I wish they would bring back like the vintage decorations for like Halloween and all that stuff, because I to me I find it a lot cuter than the stuff they have today. Ames, oh wow, Ames. Yeah, there was Ames, Caldors. There was another one. Oh, I don't remember the name of it. I believe it was with a K, but they had so many great stores when I was a kid. Hi, Wags. How are you? RV Shaggy in the house. Woo! Thank you for stopping in. We're just talking about vintage stores and vintage things and stuff. I was gonna switch it to. I always like the larger Christmas lights. Me too. Me too. Definitely, the older the better. The older lights were a lot better. Um, Andrew, Woolworths used to have a cool diner in it. Yes, walking distance from the house, 1970s, 1980s. There's Hill, some more cool stores. Yes, that's what I was mentioning, Andrew. I used to go shopping with my parents, and there was like a cool dinette, like a long dinette, like a 1950s with the stools and stuff. And I used to order burger and fries and a large sundae. And I love that place. I just loved it there. It was like one of my favorite places to go during Christmas time. Andrew, yes, I remember that. I like the vintage Christmas decorations. Me too, Wags. I love that. Strauss, yeah, Strauss. Wow. I mean, there's so many cool stores that I wish were still around, and they were affordable too. Like I remember back then, there's a particular perfume that my mom liked that was from Paris. It used to be called Norel, and my dad would pay something like $23 for it. And I've looked for that perfume all over the place. And I went to I believe it's Nordstrom or no, Neiman Marcus. It's the only place that sells that perfume. And it's super expensive. Super expensive. I used to live Zares. Anyone remember Mr. Donut? There was one right next to Zares. No, I don't remember Mr. Donut. I'm sorry. But Space Ace, Toys R Us, yeah, unfortunately, Space Ace, all the Toys R Us closed. I was super upset, and including a lot of the Kmart's as well. They filed Chapter 11 and they moved on, which is like dumb. But let's see. Kitty City had the kangaroo. Children's Palace had the panda. Oh, hi Vanessa, sweetheart. Mwah. Thank you for coming in, sweetheart. We're talking about vintage things. Sounds familiar. I don't remember. Wasn't there store called Crinkles or Kroger's? No, not Kroger's. That's a supermarket. Oh, Sears and Roebuck. Yeah, Sears is still around, but they're actually closing them as well, which is kind of like a bummer. I used to love Kmart. If that makes me so be it. I know, right? Every time I talk about like vintage stuff, I'm like, geez, I'm over the hill. Oh, Tawanda, hi, sweetie. Thanks for coming in. Mwah. I know I'm vintage too. I'm 50. Woo! We're just talking about vintage stores and things that were really cool back in the day. Right now, someone remembered, well, Sears, obviously. I was talking about Alexander's and Woolworths, how they used to have the diner there and you could shop and eat at the same time, which was pretty cool. Oh, God. Yeah, so, let's see. Vintage is cool. Yeah, I love everything vintage. I really do. Even like vintage movies. I remember console TVs and console stereos. Me too. My parents had a console stereo that had the 8-track player and it had the thing for the album. And if you go to buy that now, it'll probably cost you a fortune. I'd rather have been young when the world was better and to be old now than to have missed all of the good stuff. I know, I know. Does anybody remember the Halloween costumes and the smell of plastic? I don't know how we ever got through like trick or treating in those things because it was like very toxic fumes. But we did it. Those were fun. I used to like those because you could just buy it. It only cost a couple of bucks. Where you had to stand up to change the channel. Where you had to stand. Yeah, that's right. You had to stand up to change the channel. Exactly. Wood TVs, yeah, with the big bulb in the back, and sometimes you had to put like rabbit ears on it or buy a special antenna. That was just yeah, but those were fun times. I used to sit in front of the TV Saturday mornings and eat my trick cereal and other goodies like corn muffin and stuff for breakfast. And at night we used to sit with a TV dinner. That was a treat because my mom would always cook. I grew up in the 80s, wouldn't change for the world. I know, neither would I. And they had hi Doc, hi Doc, how are you, hon? Thank you for coming in. Mwah. As to say, anyone remember the remote controls with the cord you had to hook up and it came loose? You had 2 feet and hands. And hands. Wait, let me see. Want to say something? Yeah, it took three men to move it. Exactly, Tawanda. Hi, Michelle Vogel. Thanks for coming in. Mwah. Yeah, that was those things are really heavy. Really, really heavy. I remember that. Um what else did they have that was really cool? Well, I remember clothes wise when I was a kid. They had a clothes called Garanimals. Anybody remember that? And Buster Brown shoes, which were like the best shoes in the world. That had the extra thick sole. That was just wonderful to go to school in. Because Winky and vintage. I grew up in the 70s and 80s. Oh yeah, we're all classics. Exactly. We're all classics and proud to be classics. So they had that store. Buster Brown was really popular, but there was another one that was very popular that I don't remember. 8-track tapes, 45s that had the insert to play the record. Yes, exactly. That's going way back. Yeah, Mood Rings and Pet Rocks. Yes, I miss those days. And you had what was it? The Gold Mine chiclets or Gold Mine gum that used to come in a little brown bag. And they were little tiny yellow specks of bubble gum, and those were good. My mom used to get those for like pennies back then. So the little plastic piece. Anyone have a favorite candy from back then? I bought a single of Madonna, La Isla Bonita, on a 45 record single. Wow. The shoes with the pennies. Yeah, the penny loafers. Yes. I had jelly shoes when the jelly jackets came out. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but they were transparent and they were really in. Actually, Menudo, which was a Spanish group, actually got, made those popular, and all the girls went bananas over it. Platform shoes, moon rocks, yes. Nerds, favorite candy from the 80s? Ooh, blackjack gum. My favorite candy from the 80s, oh actually from the 70s, was the bubble gum that was like a cigarette and the candy one. They have a vintage candy store over here that you can actually still get those, which is really good. That was my favorite one. Bazooka bubblegum. Yes, I could still find those, Black Rose. I could still find those here at that vintage place. Ooch Black Jack Gum. Kiss bubblegum cards. Yes, I remember those. Those are worth money now. If anybody has a Kiss bubblegum unopened, I'm assuming, because if it's open, then I guess it loses its value. My parents had dental bills out of the wazoo over those nerds. Aww. You ate a lot of nerds. Those are really good. Oh my god, that's right. Happy birthday. Everyone wish Vanessa happy birthday. Going to visit my mom later on today to pick up my birthday present because it's my birthday, unfortunately, on Sunday. Happy birthday, Vanessa. I wish you many more. And I love you. I'm so happy that you're going to go visit your mom. Parachute pants and Vans. Yeah, I swear they're addictive. They are addictive. When I was in school, I used to love the teachers. Used to give us, like, if we did good, like in class or we were paying attention, there was these little I think they were called dots. They came on a piece of paper and they were like pink, I believe orange, green, blue, yellow, and you would peel it off, and majority of times you would peel it off and wind up eating a piece of paper along with it, unfortunately. But those were really good. And Smarties, I love Smarties. Hi, LaDonna in Texas. How are you, sweetheart? Mwah. It's Vanessa's birthday today, so I wanted everybody to wish her a happy birthday. She just came in. I think she was gonna leave to candy necklaces. Yes, yes. Let's see. Happy birthday. Hope you don't get combo presents like my poor cousin Katie, whose birthday was December 29th. Oh, she got the shaft. Oh, my boyfriend's daughter was born on the 25th of December, so the same thing happens to her, which is unfortunate, you know. But so yeah, so getting back, Neko made $750 million million dollar million candy buttons in a course of a year. Wow. Charleston Chew, yes. Garbage Pail Kids and Cabbage Patch Kids, yeah. They used to have those when I was growing up, and those are awesome. I had all of those cards. I don't know what I ever did with them. My parents brought her more than her own parents did out of the principle of the thing. Aww. Does anybody remember Mars bars or whatchamacallit sugar babies? Yes. They still have this store that sells sugar babies out here. I love that. I'm trying to think of what else. They had the wax the wax lips that I didn't know that you can actually eat the wax lips. I had no idea that supposedly it's supposed to be a gum and you could chew on it. Let's see. Whatchamacallit bars rules. Yes, they did. And I like the chunky. Remember the chunky? You would break them in pieces and they had that like raisins and like nuts in it. Those are like my favorite. Also the wait, that's not my favorite. I'm lying. One of my favorites. It had like a marshmallow type of sensation to it and it was long. I just don't remember the name of it. Um what was the name of that? They were long and it came in a long sleeve and it was kind of marshmallowy like taffy almost. Remember Zero bars with the white chocolate and almonds? Don't know if they make anymore. I remember them, but I don't know if they do. I have one of the first caboodles. I still have the makeup in on. Oh, Mallow Cups. Yeah, no, it wasn't Mallow Cups. Spuds McKenzie, yes. Spuds McKenzie rocked. I always wanted that little dog. He was so cute. I remember Spuds McKenzie. I'm gonna like bring you like way back now. Speaking about shows, like 70s shows, maybe 60s shows, Swedish Bikini Team. They had a show called The Magic Garden with the two hippies that used to be on the swing. Bubble Yum and Hubba Bubba. I know, I love those. Um, they had the two hippie chicks on the swings, and they would talk to the daisies. Max Headroom, yeah, I remember that. And they had the new Zoo Review that had Henrietta the hippo, Froggy the frog, I think his name was, and the two parents. Max Headroom. I had every episode on Beta VHS. Cool. Of course, Three's Company. Everybody remembers Three's Company and Benny Hill, which was one of my favorites. And what else? What other shows did they have? Oh, they had a show called Romper Room when I was a little kid, and basically it was a teacher inside in a classroom with her students, and you would learn along with them, and it was on PBS on your regular broadcasting station. Captain Kangaroo, yes, and and Land Chop, my Mr. Green Jeans. Who's Mr. Green Jeans? I don't remember him. I remember Bozo the clown, Chips, Starsky and Hutch, Emergency and SWAT. Yes, you remember Romper Room, Tawanda? I love the yes Zoom and Electric Company. I remember Romper Room. That was like my favorite. I loved it. There was a little bee that used to come out dressed up in a bee costume, I believe. And MASH, yes, MASH was really good. I love that show too. Captain Kangaroo and Lamb Chop. What was her name? She had a name. Well, Lamb Chop was the name of the puppet. He was a little lamb. My fave Benny Hill skit was with an expert karate man trying to attack poor old Benny, and Benny pulled out a piece and won the fight. After school special, yeah, he was the Captain Kangaroo. Mr. Green Jeans was oh, that's right. Sherry Lewis, yeah. Schoolhouse Rock, yeah. With I'm Just a Bill and the figure eight and Lolly Lolly Lolly, uh, Conjunction Junction. Oh God, there were so many great ones from Schoolhouse Rock. I loved it. And the after school specials were like the best. I don't know. They were just the best. And they also had I'm trying to think, Galaxy High. I don't Partridge Family. I was in love with Keith. Three, two, one, contact. And the Great Space Coaster, yeah, with Gary Gnu and the Gnu News. The Get Along Gang, yes. Oh, you guys are coming up with good ones. Yeah, Gary Gnu and the Gnu News was like, I love that show. It's the Great Space Coaster. Get on board on the Great Space Coaster. We'll explore. Come on and join the fantasy. Mr. Green Jeans on the children's television show Captain Kangaroo. Yeah, Tawanda remember that. I had to ask her, like, who's Mr. Green Jeans? Because I didn't remember. But yeah, Bozo the Clown was scary as hell. I liked it, but now, like, looking back on it, like, he'll probably be terrifying for kids that have a thing for like clowns that don't really particularly care for it. Electric Company, yeah. Do you remember that the Jeffersons? Do you remember the neighbor, the British neighbor? Was his name Bentley? He was the guy in the Electric Company episode that would go in the elevator and paint the numbers. Do you guys remember that? He always had a bucket of paint, and he would paint the numbers on the inside of the elevator. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but that was Mr. I think his name was Mr. Bentley. I'm not sure. But yeah, those are awesome. Happy Days. Yes, love Happy Days. I actually had a Happy Days lunchbox, metal lunchbox, and a strawberry shortcake lunchbox. Never liked clowns. Gacy would have never snuck up on me. Oh my god, you remember that? Oh my god, yeah. The Love Boat, yes. I love the Love Boat. The Love Boat, and there was another show. Well, of course, everybody knows the Ropers, yes. The Ropers were awesome. Um, oh, what they have? One Day at a Time with Valerie Bertinelli and the landlord and the mom and the sister. I love that show. That was like one of my favorite. Hi, Frog Push Eye on Weather. Aw, thank you, sweetheart, thank you. Mwah. Love American Style. I've I've Mace Casey. Sean the Brit, hi, sweetheart. Mwah. Thanks for coming in. We're talking about vintage stuff, hun, like old shows and candies and stores that closed down. All in the Family, yes, I love. I bought the entire collection of All in the Family on VHS, and I have to get it on DVD because VHSs no longer exist. Although I hear they might make a comeback because they're actually putting in a Blockbuster here where I'm at. Can you believe it? I couldn't believe it. One of my girlfriends told me, and I was like, "Really? Blockbuster?" Okay, let's see. Laverne and Shirley, yeah. Laverne and Shirley was pretty cool. And oh, Morgan Mindy. Morgan Mindy was also a really cool show to watch. With Robin Williams, he was ultra funny. Yeah, I know. All in the Family, and the Jeffersons are really funny. And one of my ultimate favorite was Welcome Back, Kotter, with Horshack and Vinnie Barbarito, which was John Travolta. I just love that show. It was so funny. It was kind of silly for back in the day. I still have my beta on VHS. Whoa. Hey, does anyone remember the disc jockey Wolfman Jack? I love that man. Wolfman Jack really, like, I don't know, something about him and his persona and the way he carried himself that was so cool. He was like that cool uncle that you've always wanted. Yeah, you remember? I loved him. Boom Boom Washington. Yes, Boom Boom Washington from Welcome Back, Kotter. Oh boy, those were good old days. Even, like, I don't know, as Papa Bear 001. Hi. Mwah. Josie Joe. Hi. I'm feeling okay. I'm having an okay day today, sweetie. Thank you. He did have a cool voice. Yes, he had a very, very cool voice. He was in the movie American Graffiti. Yes, he was. Let's see. Cornholio, hi. Mwah. Thank you for coming in. Melvin Adventure. Mwah. Thank you for coming in. He was a DJ back in Cali back in the day. Yes, he was. Um Yeah, well, I grew up in New York, so I remember like him. I remember Cousin Brucey and the radio station called 1010 Winds. I would wake up to that like every day to go to school, and it was Star Wars. Yeah, Star Wars. I'm still watching. I'm actually gonna go see the brand new Melvin Adventure. Hi, Melvin. Thank you for coming in. Mwah. Tanny Lynn. Hi. Hi, sweetie. Mwah. I remember Space Ace, I was gonna say I'm about to see the last movie, the last installation of the Star Wars tomorrow. Smoking the Bandit. Yeah, Smoking the Bandit. Jaws, that was a great movie. Also they had oh, I'm trying to remember. WKRP was on Thundercats, yeah. Thundercats and let's see, Freddy the Frog, yeah, from the New Zoo Review. It's the New Zoo Review coming back at you. I love the New Zoo Review. Corn, hello, say Happy New Year. Is Cornholio here? Oh, Cornholio, hi, honey. How are you? Mwah, I didn't see you. H&R Puff and stuff. Yes, with Witchy Poo. And there was Sigmund the sea monster, the seaweed. The kid found the seaweed. He came out of a cave, and him and his brother, were like best friends with this seaweed thing. Sigmund the sea monster. And what else did they have? Oh, the Land of the Lost with the prehistoric spaces having the Bay City Rollers actually had their own show. Really? I didn't know that. Taxi. Yes, Taxi was a great show to watch. Lost in Space. Yes. Is that the one? Danger, Danger? Is that the one? I think it is. I'm not sure. My dad loved Taxi. Yeah, I used to watch Taxi too. That was such a great show. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Now I remember it. Let's see what else can I think of. I'm trying to think of another vintage show that they had. Well, of course, cartoon wise, I love the like the Wacky Races with all of the characters. Like it had the guy from Catch That Pigeon with Muttley the dog and Rocky and Bullwinkle. Yes. Um I think the there was this cat, I think it was a cat that used to Snagglepuss. That was his name. Rocking Bullwinkle. Snagglepuss. Yes, Barney Miller was good too. Sigmund the Sea Monster. Yes, and like I said, he found them in the Winky. I always miss your streams. Or oh, that's okay, honey. I don't really do much of streaming. I've been doing some for the last couple of days, but generally speaking, I try to upload videos because my channel is basically it's supposed to be about ASMR, but I'm having a little bit of trouble with one of my computers, so people forget about wait till you rather get home. I think I'm the only one that remembers it. Wait till you get home. I don't remember that one, Space Ace. I really don't. I wish I remember, but I don't. Um, let's see. So, back to the cartoons. Of course, Tom and Jerry, all those classic like Heckle and Jekyll, and trying to think, Little Lulu, which that's really old. Wait till your father comes home was awesome. Why does that sound familiar? That sounds so familiar to me. Um, they also had one. Let's see. I always jump onto your stream when I see the pop up because they're always fun and happy. Aw, thank you. Charlie's Angels, yes, Pink Panther. The Pink Panther movies were so funny. I love them. I love that guy. And the cartoons as well. What was the dad? Especially my mother used to say that Dukes of Hazard. Yes, the Duke of Hazard. I love that car flying through the sky. That was pretty cool. I'm trying to think of something else. There was another show that I just can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue, but Roadrunner, yes, Roadrunner. That cartoon is. I mean, they still play it like on Boomerang Cartoon Network. They still have it. Electra Woman and Dyna Girl, yes, and the Wonder Twins. Does anybody remember the Wonder Twins? I mean, it's cartoons are not like what they are today. I just think it's like I don't know. It's just been they like sterilized everything. Pound Puppies, He-Man, and She-Ra. Yes. Pound Puppies, I actually own many Pound Puppies inside the little box, and I love them. I also had the shortcake dolls, and each one of them would smell like differently. I had the Trapper Keeper for schools, and the erasers that were shaped like funny things, and they had smells. They also had markers like that smelled like different fruits and stuff. Hi, John. How are you doing today? Added me from a Maltese channel. Oh, thank you. Welcome, John, for coming in. Thank you so much. I'm doing okay. Today's a good day. I'm doing okay. Everything has been dumbed down. I know. Everything has been censored cuz it's not politically correct. But when I was a kid, I remember, like Tom and Jerry, Jerry setting like Tom's foot on fire, and we knew better not to do something like that, or walloping him over his head with like a broom or like a hammer. We knew not to do that, it was obvious, but it's so sad that they had to do that. Chattanooga Cats, 1969. That's the year I was born, Black Rose. I don't know if I remember Chattanooga Cats, but it has a familiar ring to it. Um, I remember they had a cartoon for I believe it was either Looney Tunes. It had Benny Goodman in it, and it was one of my favorite cartoons because it was about two mice, a husband and wife mouse that went out for a date night, and they wanted to go to a jazz club, and there was this cat that had created like a canopy out of his mouth, and he waited for them to get inside, and it was really dark. Kids don't use their imaginations anymore. Hey, John, hey, do you need a mod at all? Oh, you know what? I still have to figure that out, how to do that. Even Mickey Mouse had been censored. But thank you, John. I really appreciate it. If you would have used the phrase politically correct in the 80s, you have gotten beaten up. I know. The Muppets, yes, the Muppets were also awesome. I love that show. The Muppets and the two little old men that sat up in the podium and laughed at everyone. Looney Tunes is my favorite, yes, but more importantly, better than Looney Tunes, I love Merry Melodies. Merry Melodies was the other. I don't know if they were part of Looney Tunes, but their cartoons were just phenomenal. I love them. Who was I gonna say? Yeah, so as far as I'm trying to remember what other shows they had back then that were really awesome. Of course, He-Man. My brother had the Castle Grayskull set, and that castle was a lot of money for back in the days. I remember my parents paying close to like $100 just for the castle with all the little contraptions and stuff. Winky, that's the year I graduated. Aww. That's okay. The Yip Yips were hilarious. Yes, I remember those. They were Muppets. The Yip Yips. The Yips. I was 1 years old. 1 year old. Aww. Yeah, they had just so many cool things that I sit down and I ponder sometimes as to why did everything have to change, and including like the snacks that we snack on. I remember these cookies from, I believe it was Nabisco. I've searched all over the web because I really wanted to get these. Basically, these cookies came in a cellophane, and they look like vanilla wafers, but they were very soft and chewy. And in the middle was a really chewy marshmallow center. and it was gooey. Oh, it was so good. And they no longer exist. Winky, that's the yogurt. Okay, the Yip Years are hilarious. I was 1 year old. Let's see. Yeah, those were so good by Nabisco, but unfortunately, Nabisco went out of business. And, because I went online to see, and then everybody was talking about how they missed that. So I miss it too. Yeah, they don't have the snacks like if you had a microwave in the 80s, it was a big deal. Definitely. Malamars, yeah. They still sell Andrew like Malamars up like in Walmart and stuff. I got them in the package and I put them in the refrigerator cuz I like them cold. I actually like enjoy them cold. True Space. Yeah. That was anybody remember the vending machines for like cigarettes where you could go anywhere into a cafeteria or even smoke in a cafeteria and they had the vending machines there where you would pull on the tab and the cigarette pack would fall down? I remember those. Those were really cool. Let me make this soft, this light. Okay, that's better. And or VCR or Betamax, yes. No, you don't remember that? Yeah, those were really awesome. Those were awesome times. I mean, even like when I first moved to the Bronx and I was little, I remember that the street that I lived on was all cobblestones. And then eventually they started to kind of pull up the cobblestones. It gave me the impression of like walking through Paris. It was so beautiful. And then they removed it all. Smokes were 50 cents, yes. I actually used to work for RJ Reynolds in the 80s. And that was something. I worked for RJ Reynolds for Camels. Gas was a buck 89 a gallon, yes. I remember Love Canal, Son of Sam, and the plane hijackings. Yes, I remember that. I also remember the plane hijackings, the one where the machines would charge double in bars, but you paid it would if you, but you paid if you was out. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, I remember that. Cookies, Black Roses. Yeah. Um and the old movies also were like the best, like you had Pretty in Pink and The Lost Boys, which was also my favorite. Someone mentioned earlier Jaws. Um my favorite like horror movie cuz I'm into horror and stuff was a movie called Trilogy of Terror where this woman, I forgot her name, she's famous. God forgive me. She went to an antique shop and she bought this little vintage like I I don't know if it was like a fertility doll that came with a spear and stuff, and he attacked her like all over the apartment and stuff, and he was slashing her with his little knife. That was a terrifying movie. Terrifying, to say the least. I don't know if anybody remembers the Trilogy of Terror, but The Exorcist, yeah, that was pretty scary. And so was the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The Zuni Fetish, yes, yes, Karen Black. Thank you, Andrew. I knew somebody would come up with it. Yes, the Zuni Fetish doll. That was a scary movie. John Hughes was the man. He go our generation. Okay, there's a part two. There is. I didn't know that. Oh, I'm gonna have to look it up. Ferris Bueller. Yes, I actually watched that about a couple of months ago, maybe about 9, 10 months ago. Breakfast Club. Yes, Breakfast Club. Warriors. Warriors, come out and play. No, I'm not allowed at almost 52 to watch scary movies. God. Okay, the Zuni fetish scared the Chris. Jason would run. Yeah, that was terrifying. I actually had nightmares about that doll for like weeks on end, including the original It that I really didn't get through like the whole movie, and it wasn't like half as bad. But yeah, they had Dar- Dario Sargento or Argento would make really terrifying movies as well. Top Gun and Full Metal Jacket. Yes, Full Metal Jacket is one of my favorites, one of my first favorites, and then it's a Apocalypse, I believe. When the book was crazy. I never. Part two of Trilogy of Terror was USA Network original film in the mid late 90s. Yes. Hellraiser. Yeah, that was terrifying. That was so good. Hellraiser. I'll what did he say? I'll take your soul or something like that. Twilight Zone TV series. Yeah. Do you know that every New Year's Eve they still have the Twilight Zone series, and I believe I don't know if it's on Netflix or Hulu. You can actually watch all of them. They have something that's kind of similar to it called Black Mirror on Netflix, but it's not as good. Papa Bear on December 26, 1973, The Exorcist. Yeah. Did your parents have any children? Yes. Pinhead. Yes. That was terrifying, Pinhead. Oh, not good. Especially the scene where the guy is like in the end and he's being like pulled apart in every direction by the chains. That was scary as hell. No, thank you. I do not want to run across those things. And it was all based on some sick and twisted puzzle thingy that they have or they found. Um, what else? They had that. They had well, of course, Camp Crystal Lake. I was just thinking about that. Thank you, Friday the 13th. Yeah, Camp Crystal Lake was terrifying to me too. And of course, Freddy, who's gonna forget like Freddy Krueger? I mean, he was just like classic. I love that. The Saw series, yes, the Saw series are scary. I haven't seen them all, and I'm a big horror movie buff, but I haven't seen them all. But I'm gonna have to get to it at some point. The Saw series are really good. Freddy Krueger, yes, Freddy Krueger, and of course the cult classic Halloween. I love all that cult classic stuff, like the original Frankenstein and like vintage movies. Like I was into like Abbott and Costello, like Abbott and Costello meets the Mummy and Frankenstein and the Wolfman. Um and I believe the Invisible Man. Then I was into Laurel and Hardy. That was another good one. Michael Myers could scare you doing nothing, just standing there. I know. And Wags has one in his camper van, which is kind of terrifying. He just stands there. I don't know how he sleeps with that thing every night. That's scary. Or whether I love scary movies, just not horror. Yeah, yeah. I get you, Black Rose. Yeah, some movies are a little bit too much, but I love them all. Um, what else? They had Piranha. Also was a good one. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yes, in the city. I don't know where you're from, Papa Bear. In the city, they used to have the Rocky Horror Picture Show that would play in the village, and you had to bring your own rice to throw for the wedding. All the materials that was necessary to actually play out what was going on in the scene in the movie, which was pretty awesome. Stephen King, yes. Winky, do you have a Twitter account? I believe I created one, yeah, with my name recently. I hardly have anything on there, but yes, I do. I do have one. Just it's my name, the same name you see here, Winky Whispers. I'm hoping it's on. Stephen King, yes, and of course, The Shining. Yes, in lots of places, fan shows. Oh, who remembers this one? Chiller. Chiller gave me nightmares. The hand that used to come up from the grave and then it would show you like spooky and scary places. No problem, Space Ace. Also, Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the Crypt. Those were awesome. I would stay up late just to watch those. Duel by Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg, Duel. Why does that sound familiar? Gotta look that up. Does anybody remember Chiller? Chiller TV? That was pretty terrifying, that show. and I watched it as a kid. I would stay up. I remember Xanadu. Yes, Xanadu, the movie with Olivia Newton-John. Elvira show. Yes, the Elvira show. She was awesome. Who else? Of course, Tales from the Crypt, but the Crypt Keeper, Tales from the Dark Side, The White Thing from the Closet. Duel may still be on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. Five Fingers, The Haunted House, The Birds. Yes. It's a great thriller. Oh, then I need to look it up then if that's the case. I'm definitely gonna check it out. What was it called again? Duel. What was it called? Duel by Steven Spielberg. I'm gonna write it down in my notepad again. Duel, you said? By Steven Spielberg. I don't remember. Where's that page I had open? Now I'm gonna have to search it. Well, guys, let me see if I can, let's see. You said Duel by Steven Spielberg, right? Let me write it down. So, Duel by Steven Spielberg. Okay. Yeah, so guys, I don't want to cut this short, but I've been on almost an hour and I've had so much fun, but my boyfriend might be coming in to get some rest because we're supposed to be going out to the movies tomorrow to see the Star Wars movie, and we have to get up early in the morning. But I've had so much fun, and maybe we could do this again sometime soon. Okay? And I want to thank each and every one of you that came in to say hello and participated. I had a lot of fun talking about vintage movies and vintage stores and vintage candy. And perhaps we could pick up on this some other time, maybe this week, if possible. And I love every one of you, okay? Thank you so much for coming in. Mwah. Be safe. Yes, Pet Cemetery. Oh, I missed it. Oh, that's okay, Red Lotus. Thank you so much for coming in. Oh, good night. Thank you, Space Ace. I love you, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you, okay? I want you all to have a blessed night, and I'll see you around the tubes, okay? I just got to go to another room, and I have to move so much stuff, so bye. Good night. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye, y'all.